Yo guys, how's it going? We are back for another episode of our Accrington career mode, where today we have ourselves the first and, well, only episode of the playoffs, where today we have ourselves starting out with 2 games against Portsmouth. One at home, one away, obviously for the semi-final leg. And then, if we do in fact get through, I will then play the final in this episode as well. But let's get straight into the game, see what the boys can put together today. They should be able to do this because they've played well all season. Well, not all season, but from about halfway through the season. They're on some run at the minute. Again, the boys, so hopefully we can put that in and get ourselves the win in this semi-final and hopefully the full playoffs and get into the championship. And here we are, boys. Joe Pigott is the man under the lights today. 4 goals in his last 3 games. It's focusing on field, even though it said Joe Pigott's name. But we'll go straight into the first leg of the League One playoffs. Let's go for it and see what we can get out of it. Come on, boys. Savin throws the ball out. Baba Fernandez back into the side. He was a massive part of our defence before he got injured this season, so I'm not surprised he's back in as Jackson now collects the ball behind the defence, takes the shot, but it's saved by the keeper. Right, Field whips the ball in towards Jackson, who nearly finds it in at the near post, but it's a good save by the keeper. We can't really take him out. There's no reason we have for taking him out. It's not like he's played badly. He's made a couple of mistakes, but here and there, most of the time he has played well. So I'm not going to take him out. But we played Portsmouth not long ago and got ourselves the victory. Let's see if we can do the same here today. Not at the moment. With defending like that, it's a good save by Savin. Right, Savin gives the ball off to Rogers, who finds Baba Fernandez. Like I say, his first game back in into the squad and into the starting lineup. He's being thrown back in at the deep end as he's got to get into the playoffs. And here we go. We have a chance here. Field plays the ball back. Jackson, out of all players I would have wanted that to fall to, he was the man there. And he's managed to smash it over the bar. Right, ball played to Raggett. Clearly they've not been watching their tapes on Jackson, because he has been intercepting them a couple of times lately, and right now it doesn't matter because it's into the box and luckily wide of the post. We'll dink this into the box here. Hamilton plays it in. It's a good cross, and it's not a great header there from Koike, I'm not going to lie. Right, here we go. Easily intercepted here for Field from the goal kick, and we can play that through to Jackson, who is in on goal again. And again, he's put it over. He's not even found the target. That's 2 attempts from Jackson that he's not been able to find the target with. And they're shots that he normally sticks in the back of the net, which is a little bit worrying. Right then, ball played wide this time. Field is there to try and take the ball back. At the moment, we're looking confident with the ball, so it's definitely a bonus so far, but we just got to still be careful as much as we can. As I say that's an easy touch from Pigott, who is saved by Savin. It came straight back to them, though, and Pigott has it again. We're not going to let that man get into another position like that. Jesus Christ. And it is now with... okay, it is with Pigott, and he takes the shot wide of the post. Right, we're going to whip this one into the box with with Hamilton, sorry. That is a perfect cross, and how has Baba Fernandez messed that up so badly? It's now with Dale. That was the perfect opportunity for him, but there we go. We've taken the ball back, and Jackson, this time, he doesn't mess it up. This time, we go into the lead just before half-time, 39 minutes into the game, 6 minutes away from half-time, and... honestly, I would have been a little bit angry at Baba Fernandez if that didn't result in a goal there, because that was his fault that we did not score just before this. But Yarmouk is the man again providing the assist, and these two linking up together is just, it's a match made in heaven at the minute. We just need to get ourselves Yarmouk back into the club next season, because we can't lose him, not now. and he didn't do neither. But luckily for him, he has recovered himself well and got himself, okay, go on Longello, not quite, and still not able to, unfortunately. We'll try and get the ball off of Lowry here, and he's played out. Right, we need a tackle in here. Rogers has not done well. It's played back, and it's a brilliant save again from Savin to stop us from going 1-0 down, and he is denied Piggott again. That's half time, boys. First leg, we have one half completed, and we are in the lead in the first leg as well. We just need to win. We need to win this game for the fact of this is our home tie. This is the one that should be easy. We need to get just the win from this one and back as many goals as we can. We've given a couple of good opportunities away so far. They very easily could have bagged themselves a couple of goals as well. So yeah, hopefully a bit of an improvement in the second half where we can start netting a couple of them shots again if we have any, especially this man in Jackson. Now he's found the target once. And also hopefully step up in defence, because Baba Fernandez has not been the same since he's came back into the club just yet. Dale is coming forward into Bishop. Good, that's a bad interception in fact from Yarmouk, but good interception from Fernandez. Plays it off to Jackson. Again, there's a lot of space at the back from Portsmouth, and it is now Field charging in, and it's put wide. God damn it. Ball played upfield, easily won by Hamilton. Yarmouk easily wins the second ball as well. And now we're going to play it out wide to the left midfielder. We'll play it back inside if possible. Jackson taking a little bit too long on taking that shot there. And we are starting to get a few chances. We just need to be more clinical with them. Koike wins that header well, but it is not taken at the other end. There we go. Koike again getting back on the ball. And like I say, we're looking very dangerous now in this game so far. And it's another beautiful ball from Longello into Jackson, who has put it wide again. There's so many chances being missed. I do not see us winning this game right now. Jackson has missed so many chances. The man that's been most clinical for us this season and scored 18 in 22 games cannot bag multiple today. Realistically, Yarmouk should have been making a run a lot earlier there, and unfortunately he didn't. I'm going to try and stop anything from coming down this left-hand side. Again, Koike is the man on it, and I don't know what that challenge was, but it wasn't a good one. And Piggott again, no, that one was Bishop, sorry, that's taking that. It's now again inside to Bishop. Please get that clear. Please, please. Oh my God. And that is full time, boys. A 1-0 victory in the first leg of the playoffs. We had so many chances that we should have scored way more than just the one today. 2 or 3 probably should have been on the cards, because we had a lot of very good chances today that we just did not take at different stages of the game. That man especially, look at that, 8 shots at goal and only managed to score 1 today. He really was not clinical. He managed to be clinical for one of his chances, which is the main thing, but really we should have been wrapping this this playoff semi-final up in this match alone, let alone having to go into the next one now, where we actually have to play well to do anything. Probably, if we can get ourselves a goal, then we should be secured, but we'll give it our best shot anyway. Right then, post-match interview after the first leg. You must be pleased with the win. It's all about attitude. The boys have done well again, and finally, not finally, but secondly, can you cope without Astley if you're, he is out for a length of time, he's out for 2 months, he is not going to be back playing for the club unless we bring him back next season, and isn't Pritchard ready yet? I just don't want to take chances, it's more for the fact that I don't want to play him at the minute. Right then, so we now have a loan offer for our Northern Irish centre attacking mid in Quigley. He is 59 overall, 18 years of age. We signed him from a free agent earlier on this season. We're going to delegate this to a normal loan for a year and see what comes back. And here we are, boys, for the second leg of this playoff. Caden Jackson, the top goal scorer in the League One playoffs at the moment. He is going to be the man under the spotlight again. He could have easily had a hat-trick in the last game, the first leg of this semi-final, but Unfortunately, only put one of them away. We are back at Fratton Park now for this game against Portsmouth, the second leg. Let's see if we can get ourselves through to the playoff final. Let's go for it. Oh my god, please intercept that. There we go. Get ourselves through into the playoff final if we can, and then hopefully onwards and upwards and go into the championship if possible. But right now it is with Koike down this left hand side with a lot of space and a lot of pace to beat the players as well. Field has come across field, and I was wanting that to go to Yarmouk. It came to field and we nearly bagged that to make it 1-0 already. Took a risky one there, but he has outpaced his man and plays a ball into Yarmouk. Unfortunately, it's not worked out for him, but Longello has not managed to find the best of crosses either. It's now with Bishop coming back the opposite way. Like I say, only a goal lead to take into this is not what we wanted, because now if they have a decent performance here and end up grabbing themselves a couple of goals, it's going to be a bit riskier. We need to get ourselves a goal as early on in this contest as possible, and that's gone wide. Right, we've made it to half time at 0-0. Neither team really threatening so far. We've had a couple of chances that I really should have at least put shots at goal on, and I didn't do so because I'm trying to make it a little bit too simple for myself and messing the chances up. But yeah, a couple of changes I think are in order for the second half. Like I say, imagine if that had happened there. McCowart had managed to score that or get his head on that. It's his first touch on the ball after being out for 3 months, and he manages to put away a header to send us through into the playoff final. As I say that, Jackson sends it through, and unfortunately not the best of finishes, and it is saved by the keeper. Right, Hamilton, we know can whip in a ball, and it's not the best of crosses. Actually, that is outrageous. Who has just put that in? I don't know who that is. Is that McCowart? I think it might be. Well, it's the captain, so it's not. It's Rogers who has just put that into the back of the net, and we have got the goal that I thoroughly wanted. Is a very good header from Rogers. It wasn't the best of corners, I'm not going to lie, but Rogers had two men marking him here, and he still manages to beat both of them to the ball and head it over the keeper's hands and into the back of the net. I think if the keeper had used his left hand instead of his right hand there, he might have saved that, but I don't care. We're 1-0 up, 2-0 up on aggregate, who hopefully can get us moving forward this time. McCowart now can play a ball in inside. Yarmouk, plays it off to Jackson, who ensures the victory now. A 2-0 lead in this game alone, a 3-0 lead altogether throughout the playoff semi-finals on aggregate, and Jackson just had to get his little touch on the game, didn't he? McCowart playing the ball simply into, like I say, this side. For some reason, just have so many gaps in their defence. It's absolutely horrible, and if I was their manager right now, I would be going insane. But Jackson finds the far corner with a beautiful finish. The keeper probably should have done better. I don't really care. We're 3-0 up. Right, ball played long from the goal kick for Portsmouth. Good header won. It's now with Field, who is charging at the defence. I don't know where their defender is, and he's just been blared past by Field. We'll get the ball into the centre. Yarmouk plays too hard of a shot and too high of a shot that time. He's it nicely inside to Yarmouk. Nicely done. Adedonyan cannot play the ball along the back line, unfortunately, and now we have ourselves a time to defend. Can we get a foot in at the moment? Not quite just yet. Oh, that was close from Hamilton though. And now Rogers needs to do better. That's nicely done. Can we get a foot in? Not just yet. Bishop is the man on the ball. Rogers is out there defending well as it plays inside. We'll block off as much as we can, but they have got a goal back. It's now 2-1. I don't know why they're going out to celebrate. I'd be running to get that ball straight away. It is Koroma that gets the goal. It was not the best of defensive plays from me in the end. And yeah, it is now 2-1 in this match alone. But I don't see them being able to get much out of this game now. I really don't. Adedoyin not quite able to get a foot in that time. Tried to cut it off with Yarmouk as well, but that has not worked either. Dane Scarlett has really been subdued in this game. Like I say, Baba Fernandez not come back into the squad for today's game, and it's looked a lot tighter at the back, to be honest. Even though we have conceded more than we did in that game. That is a very good shot from Scarlett, but we've managed to... I don't know why he didn't follow that up, to be honest. Clark has got to get away from him to the end of the game, let's be honest. Even if we let them through, I don't think they'd be able to do so. Field plays the ball off to Clark, can try and find a ball through. That is not the best of passes there. Can't find the ball through to Adedonyan, and there's a reason why we play Jackson at the minute instead of the rest of our strikers, and it's just because he's 10 times better. As Adedonyan might get himself an assist though for Field, who's ran through, and this man deserves a goal in the playoffs, and he has got one. The 16-year-old has made a massive name for himself this season so far, and he has managed to bag that one. Watford came in for him at the January transfer window. It was the end of the January transfer window, and we kept him. We said, no, we don't want to let go of our star young man, and this is the reason why, as he bags the goal to make it 4-1 on aggregate, 3-1 on the day, and that is a comfortable victory for us in the playoff semi-final. It's not worked out. Koike is there. It's now played through to Bishop, but Rodgers is there to stop that from happening. Beautifully done from Rodgers. Again, defensively, absolutely solid. We've not managed to get the ball clear. Good save from Savin, and we'll just smash it clear now. That is full time. A 3-1 win on the day, 4-1 win on aggregate. I think we played better. Well, it's not that we played better. I think we had a lot more chances in the home game than we did in the away game. We just did not manage to finish them on the home day. But this game, we have absolutely managed to smash it, with Field scoring a goal, Jackson adding his little touch to the game, and the man that put us in the lead was Rodgers, our centre-back, the captain. Led from the front, from the corner, bagged ourselves the goal in the 52nd minute. 56th minute, Jackson comes through and bags his, and then just before the end of the game, Field adds his little sprinkle onto it as well. And a very easy, well, I wouldn't say easy, but a very well played semi-final, playoff semi-final, shall I say, that we will now go into the final and hopefully get into the championship, boys. Right then, post-match interview. Let's see what they have to say after this. This great run goes on. Can you lift the trophy? We want to win more trophies. The boys were complaining at us before, saying that we weren't doing good enough and all this. And then all of a sudden, they all turned up. Was that a game you always felt in control of? We deserved our goals today, I think. I think we played very well today. They didn't really attack too much today, to be honest. Why was it so difficult to beat Portsmouth today? You've just said, was it flattering, or we got a 3-1 win? How is that difficult? Right then, boys, here we are, ready for the playoffs. We have ourselves the playoff final against Barnsley. Let's just have a look. They beat Plymouth 3-2 on aggregate. I understand that because I struggled against Plymouth myself on the last day of the season, but they've managed to come through that themselves, get a 3-2 win. We beat Portsmouth 4-1. Let's see who comes out and goes into the championship this season. Let's go for it. Right then, boys, here we are. Devante Cole is the man that's getting all the lights on him, as he's scored 4 goals in his last 3 games. It's our first trip to Wembley this tournament for this career. I think it's going to be the first of many. Let's go for it, for the promotion playoff final into the championship. Let's get our team raring to go. Let's get into this and let's get promoted, boys. Come on. And here we go, boys, underway for this first half of the playoff final. And we all know how dramatic these finals can be. Let's see if it's going to be just that today, or if one of us are going to easily sweep the other one aside. It's our first chance at promotion in this career, so I wouldn't be surprised if we don't play too well. And there we go, they're through on goal, and Tedic has played the ball wide 3 minutes in, and they've already had a very, very good chance at goal. and we'll still stick to them if possible. No, Cadden has got himself in a very good position. It's a good block there from I'm not sure who, but we are now on the counter-attack with Yarmouk. On his last game for the club on loan, he's trying to charge into the box to get ourselves into the lead, and he's took the shot straight at the keeper. Right, ball played forward again, and again Longello has done well to cover that corner, while Koike is a little bit further up the field, and right now he has tried to get a foot in. That's not worked. They're straight into the box here, and it's a shot wide again. And he's still into a position here, and he's took the ball here, Longello. Very well done. Field can play it off to Clark, and Clark on the run forward himself now. I don't know why Yarmouk's coming on the inside, and out of all players, he would be the last man that I'd expect to score, and he has not managed to do so. He's put it over the bar. I would not expect him to be the man that puts us into the lead, and that is the reason why. Koike hasn't either, and now they have a very good chance at getting into the box, and it's a good cross. It's not a good clearance, and I don't know if that was meant to be a clearance. It was more just a foot thrown at it, and it's into the box again and over the bar again. And right now, Barnsley are looking the better side out of the two of us. Right, ball played long. We have not managed to win that header this time. And that all was very close for Yarmouk to try and win the ball there. Connell is the man on the ball. Hamilton has not managed to put a tackle in just yet. It's been played out wide. Macau has now been changed for Longello, just for the fact that I think he'll add a bit more quality on that left-hand side. It's a poor piece of defending again, and they're looking so dangerous at Barnsley, and somehow they're not in the lead at the minute. They've had so many chances so far, but I don't think they've put one on target. Clark now plays it nicely inside to Morgan. Morgan has a lot of space, gives it off to Yarmouk. Yarmouk, I would love it if he can score on his last day for us. And that is a good shot. And he can beat his man to the ball. And that is the reason why I want... well, that isn't the reason. But that is the reason why I said it. He's managed to beat his man. Put us in the lead in the playoff final on his last day for the club. As a loaned player, he has to come back. If we win this playoff final now, this man is 100% coming back to his next season, no matter what. As he takes the shot here, it's saved and only parried by the keeper. He couldn't get up quick enough. The defender took Yarmouk out, but he still managed to get his head to it with a little bit of a 360 header into the back of the net. And we managed to get into the lead in the playoff final, boys. Let's go. We are in the lead. We have taken the lead just before half-time. Savin will be collecting that. We'll throw it out to Field, who is in a bit of space, but not too much. He can take it round his man, though. That's a little 360 of his own there, Field. Can dink it into the box. What a pass that is. Jackson is a man I would have assumed would be able to put that in, and he hasn't. That is half-time. We are 1-0 up in the playoff final to get into the championship at half-time, with Yarmouk scoring on his last day on loan for the club. Well, his last match on loan for the club. Until, hopefully, he gets brought back next season. If he doesn't, I'll be so upset, because this man has been one of the reasons we are where we are. We deserve to win the playoffs today. We do deserve it because of the way that the boys have turned it around from how badly we were performing at the start of the season to now, or even halfway through the season we were performing badly. And then a couple of changes and it's all worked out, and nearly Macau at getting there. Morgan has done well. It's now back with Yarmouk again, who's pinged a half volley of sorts at goal, and it weren't the worst of efforts either. How we'd conceded a foul there. Is it, what, you're going to give it to Field for booting it in his face? Yarmouk can try and find a ball through to that man again. And here we go. Takes the shot, finds the far corner, and we are now 2-0 up and going to the championship, boys. Let's go. A beautiful finish there from Field. We are going up. We are going up. We are definitely going up. Here we go. Field is the man that's got the goal. He, like I say, deserves the goals more than anything. He is the man that's contributed so much throughout the season. He's the man that contributed when nobody else was and started our good run of form, or even when we weren't performing well, he was the man getting us results. And here we go, boys, back underway. Barnsley had so many chances in that first half that they very easily could have written the game off in that first half. Didn't take their chances. We took our chance. We've took a couple of chances. We've not really had many today, but we took them, and Kane has charged through, and that is going to be back to 2-1. That is not the position we want to be in. Right, literally straight from kickoff, Kane, who's, I don't know why they're celebrating, because they should be trying to get the ball back to that centre spot as quickly as possible. Because right now, we are going to be trying to hold out for a 2-1 win before we try and score any more goals. There we go, we'll play this inside. That's a poor pass from Koike. And now we have to try and defend with all our worth. Hamilton, please get a foot in, bro. Come on, Hamilton, get a foot in. Get that foot in. He's not worked it. Koike hasn't managed to get a foot in yet either. They're going to have a chance at goal, and it's good block from Rich. I don't know why Field didn't go for the ball there, but luckily it gets deflected wide anyway. Right, here we go, boys. We'll throw this in to McCowart, who has the ball inside now to Poli. Poli plays it off to Jackson. He's only just come on the pitch as Poli, and he's found Jackson. And again, we have taken a 2-goal lead. It is another 3-1 lead for the second game running. Jackson with the goal again, and again for the third, or I don't know how many games running that this man has scored, but every time that this man has scored a goal, we have not lost. And Poli literally just coming on the field. I took Yarmolenko off just to give him that little bit of personal applause, because he deserves it more than a lot of players do this season. He came in and has made a massive difference to our squad. And then Jackson as well has clearly done that, as well as he's bagged himself his third goal of the playoffs. Hamilton is trying to get into a position to block. Clark has done well. Savin can get the ball free. Jackson is not able to win the header. It's going to come straight back at us now. Rogers is going to try and force the tackle. It's not worked out. Good interception from Rich. We'll play that ball to Rogers, who's found Koike, and now we can get the ball coming forward ourselves to get one last goal maybe. Koike plays a beautiful pass up to Jackson. Jackson can find the ball into Poli, who is another man that deserves a goal today. And it's a 4-1 lead now as we've wrapped the game up completely. Poli has won us. Well, he hasn't won us, but he won us a lot of games when he came off the youth academy, and he was the only man scoring when nobody else was. He was the only man putting in constant supplies of goals before Jackson did, and he came through and has bagged himself one here. He deserves some applause as well. He deserved the game time. That's why I put him on instead of, or I brought him on for Yarmolenko, Yarmolenko even, and he thoroughly deserves that. There it is, boys, full time, and we are now a championship club. Accrington Stanley at the start of this game, or even about, what would you say, about between 23 and 25 games into the season, if I said I'll be in the playoff final, winning the playoff final, going into the championship next season, I would have said you are absolutely nuts. But somehow, some way, after the biggest struggle of a first half I have ever had in a playoff final, the boys pulled through in the second half, got us a 4-1 win, 4 different goal scorers. There are the boys celebrating everything that they have deserved. Jackson, the goal scorer, Morgan scored a crucial goal on the build-up to getting it in the playoffs. Hamilton has been he has been a captain that isn't classed as a captain. He has been a boss all season. And now Rogers, who scored the goal to put us in the lead in the last game, has now lifted the trophy. And it is now ours for the year. Playoff final champions in League One. We are now into the championship. And I was not expecting this at the start of the season. Really wasn't. Especially the way it started, like I say, up until halfway, and when we started going on our run of form, I would not have expected this at all. But somehow, some way, the boys have done it at Wembley. A 4-1 win. Poli, Jackson, Field, and also one last person who scored our first goal. Yarmolenko as well. Yarmolenko scored our 4th and final goal. Beautiful performance from the boys. All 4 players that scored today deserve the goals for the way they've played the whole season. The only man that probably didn't score that deserved to was that man in the centre of the screen, Hamilton, that man just there. And there we go, playoff champions as we're taking the picture with the trophy. Let's go. We now have ourselves a post-match interview. Could you wish for anything better today? We've grown up as a team. We thoroughly have. From the start of this season to the end, we have grown massively. Was that a game that always felt in control of? Hell no. The scoreline 100% flattered us today, but I do not care. We managed to get the win. And finally, the last question of the season is, why was it so difficult to beat Barnsley today? Their attacking, we did really have to graft, and their attacking play was just, it was a different level today. Right, we've got a loan offer for one of our young players on with a loan to buy. We're going to offer it out for a normal loan. I think it's UCD AFC Dublin, basically Dublin club, and yeah, he might be going out on loan to them. And here we go. He is actually going out. Well, he might be going out on loan. They've accepted the 1 year. We just need to see if Nicholson will accept going out on loan. And quickly after that has in fact gone out on loan for the year. And Nicholson has in fact accepted the loan to Dublin. And finally, what I'm going to do just before we end this season is take a quick look at the stats and stuff like that we have. We'll see where we ended the league. As you can see here, we finished overall in the league season, we finished in 6th. We will be going up to the championship with Ipswich and Sheffield Wednesday this season. An absolute epic end to the season, and halfway through, when I'm pretty sure when we started this run of form, we were either 1 or 2. We quite possibly could have been in the relegation zone. I cannot quite remember at the moment, but we are now finishing the season in 6th. We won the playoff final by getting 2 wins against Portsmouth and a win against Barnsley, as you can see in the final, winning 4-1. Let's have a quick look at who won the player stats and stuff like that. Player stats, top goal scorer, I've got Ladapo. Our top goal scorer, of course, was Jackson with 18 goals in 22 games. What a turnout that was when he finally started getting going. None of our other players made it onto the goal scoring sheet. Assists, Field topped that with 11 assists this season. Yarmouk also made it in there with 7 goals out of his 7 assists, in his 16 games, which is a very good turnout as well. Then clean sheets, Savin did in fact top the group with 18 assists in his 45 games this season. And then yellow cards, Digby had 8 yellow cards this season from Cambridge. There is so many people, so many yellow cards, and we should not have any on there. Then red cards, we might have 1 on there. Burns had 3 red cards this season. Oh my god, that man must have been putting in challenge after challenge. We didn't have any on there either. Then let's have a quick look at the playoff then, if we can, as we didn't do good in either of those competitions or this one either. Actually, Field got himself on 10th top goal scorer with 3 goals in 4 games in that Papa John's trophy. Did he get onto the assist sheet? No, Lee got onto the assist sheet with 2 out of 4. Clean sheets, I don't think we will have anything on here. Oh wait, no, Savin still made it on with 23rd. He got himself 1 clean sheet in his 2 games that he played. Yellow cards, I don't think we should have any in there, or red cards either. But let's go to the League One playoffs. There was no red cards throughout the playoffs. Top goal scorer was joined with Cole and Jackson, who both scored 3 in 3 games. But we had a lot of strikers. We had a lot of players. We had more players scored than what the rest of the teams did combined. They only had 1 scorer each, whereas we had 5 different goal scorers. My god, the boys put in work. But like I say, Field got himself 2 goals, and Jackson got himself 3 out of 3 assists. Yarmouk got himself top of that score sheet, and ours is top 3. We've got, to be fair, top 3, but from second downwards are all got the same anyway. But Yarmouk bagged himself 3 assists in 3 games. Clean sheet, Savin got himself 1 out of 3. The rest of them did not actually make a clean sheet. Yarmouk, yellow card, sorry. I don't believe one of those came against us. Portsmouth, Oglive, he must have picked that up against us because obviously it went out against us. But yeah, them boys did well. Very well done indeed. Got ourselves a top goal scorer and top assist provider as well in the playoffs. But then we have ourselves, that will be the end of the season. Let's take a quick look actually just before we sign out. The improvements that the boys have made this season. We've got Parsons, who's only just come into the club. He's gone up 1. Isherwood has gone up 2 this season. Savin has gone up 4 this season. Koike has gone up 2. Nottingham's gone down 5. Hopefully he will be leaving. He is leaving, sorry, next season. Astley will be returning back to Everton at the end of this season. He has gone up 2 overalls as well. Proctor went up 1. Baba Fernandez went up 1. Rich Bahoglu has gone up 2 as well. Sorry. Rogers went up 1. Guest didn't actually go up anything this season. Clark went up by 3. We then had Perrott, who's gone up by 4 now. Coyle went up 1. Nicholson has gone up 1. 2, sorry. Dan Martin went up 2. McConville went down 6. Longello went up by 3. McCowart has gone back up to his 66 rating. Lee went up by 2 this season. Sangare went up by 2. Hamilton has now gone up by 4. Morgan didn't move. Zhu went up by 3, even though we haven't played a game with him yet. Bellingham went up by 1, but he will be returning back to his club. Yarmouk only went up by 1 somehow with the stats that he put in. I don't have a clue how, because he got himself 10 assists and 5 goals in 19 games. That's a madness of a turnout from a lone player. He has to come back next season. I have to have him returning. He basically won as the thing today, to be fair. He basically won as the playoffs. Then Quigley has also gone up 1. Harris has gone up 2. Wally went down by 7 this season. Pritchard ended up going down by 1 because of his injury. Field has gone up by 4. Pody went up by 3. Torre went up by 2. Peters by 2. Adu has finally gone up 1. Elek went up by 9. He has actually improved 1 as well. And we just switched his position from a right back to a striker. Nathan D'Alfonso has gone down by 2. Georgiou by 1 up, and Adedonyan by 2 up. Matt Lowe went 2, and Jackson, even though the performances he put in, he has not moved, unfortunately, in terms of overall. But that is all the boys that will be with us next season, apart from a couple of them, obviously. 3 of them returning back to their loan clubs. No, 3 or 4. There's 3 or 4 players that will be returning back to their loan club. I think it's 3. But hopefully at least one of them will be joining us again next season, which will be Yarmouk. Astley, I might look at getting back, hopefully. I'll see. But apart from that, the rest of the boys, apart from a couple that will be leaving on loan and as just being sold as well, that is where we'll end the season and the episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please do leave a like. And I will catch you in the next episode where we'll start the new season and hopefully put in some very, very, very good performances in the championship. Let's see what we can do next season, eh boys? Right, peace.
Rise up from the ashes, wings on my back, stay lit like a matchstick. We ain't coming back, I swear. Just let go. and see what happens. Gotta let go to see the magic happen. They got is a quick change, so we like them in phase. I'll just buy the new watch, time to make my wrist ring. The zero gravity keeps